poppin', everybody? Welcome to the DST Network. We are live. How's everybody doing? Hope you guys are having an enjoyable remaining summer. I'm going to paid vacation soon. Possibly we'll get some more videos out. Right now we're having a consultation between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn from his return. Kevin Owens returned to TV at night too after what? How long he was out for? 7 months. He was out for an extensive amount of period. I know he was suffering his injuries. Right now, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are reminiscing or just consulting after the Fatal 4-Way. That Gunter also, I think, Gunter was also a surprise opponent, even though Gunter was supposed to be the general manager. How's everybody doing? Y'all saw the kick? Yo, I got to see highlights because sadly I was at work at the airing of the Hall of Fame game between the Panthers and the Cardinals. Probably the best Hall of Fame game. Probably the best Hall of Fame game I've ever seen. Outstanding performance. And I don't watch a lot of Hall of Fame games, but there was barely any takeaways. Barely any takeaways of the passing game. Running game was efficient. No sloppily congested plays, especially on I saw a fade route over to the outside, and I thought they were gonna hoe. I think it was the Cardinals on that on that double toe drag down the red zone. And I think it was like the third touchdown of the game for the Cardinals. Outstanding. That was probably one of the best performing preseason games, guys. And we only got a few weeks of preseason left. And don't forget, college football will be back and forth in around like 3 weeks. We have a lot of football coming back soon. And if you guys are soccer fans, Premier League is in just a few weeks. I heard that young Diamande signed with Real Madrid from RB Leipzig, one of the young forwards currently in the world. Very talented young winger. I think he's African. Young 19-year-old talent, very talented young Diamande, signed for 140 million to Real Madrid. Very talented, but still unsure that he's the real, he's a legit talent yet. So just take it with a grain of salt. It's a big gamble always trying to ask for these talents to become, anomalies or like big acquisitions that are worth the purchase. Because the last time Real Madrid spent 100 million on a forward, it did not go well. I'm forward. I don't mean Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham was kind of like a pseudo forward in his debut season when they were playing a diamond formation. So it was two forwards up front while he was an attacking midfielder or a false nine, more like it. But now he's a real true center mid, so his production had, declined offensively because he's going to be more important for possession. So people saying that Jude took a downgrade, no, he's just playing his real position. But I understand if fans would consider that being a downgrade. But right now, I don't know if expectations are getting higher because I feel like Real Madrid did have a good offseason in picking up players, especially guys that would be considerably, well contributing. Because I felt like they really didn't have any real midfielders because they were way more, you know, considered for versatility than actual ability. I don't know if they'll have a real better season, but them relying on youth is over, in my opinion. I feel like they actually want to make a legitimate squad. I feel like the final piece of the puzzle could have been Rodri, but sadly Rodri went to sign for possibly for Barcelona, but we don't get further information soon. The NBA offseason is considerably over, and there hasn't been any marquee moves since LeBron James went to the 76ers. Of course, Bungie would feel a type of way of excitement. Lonnie Walker, 1-year deal. Suns, what the fuck do you mean you're signing Dillon Brooks for 3 years, $73 million? And yeah, I knew off waivers Kentavious Caldwell Pope was going to go to the Sixers. I thought that was already confirmed. Najee Marshall signed 3 years, 51 million. I think I already covered Jeremy Sohan going to the Portland Trail Blazers. I don't know why the Portland Trail Blazers trying to pull an 06 New York Knicks and get like 3 starting caliber point guards on one rotation. That never ends well. Oh no, we can even go a bit more recent with the Phoenix Suns. They had Gordon Dragic, Eric Bledsoe, and Isaiah Thomas. Oh, and Baron Corbin is still United States champion after retaining against Trick Williams. Trick Williams better be a future world champion before this calendar year ends. Fuck LA Knight. We've already tried. And I mean, we've already tried. Free the fire. Alpha Enzo Amore was also coming back to WWE. Oh, it's Carmelo Hayes. Oh, Carmelo Hayes got a hold of a title shot at SummerSlam. Carmelo Hayes gets his get back, but you won't see his ass on PLE. Type shit. Damn it. Well, it looks like they're trying to get Carmelo Hayes back into the title picture. I wish it was a bit more consistent. I do like Carmelo Hayes' wrestling. I hope they focus more on his character. I feel like that's like the biggest thing missing. Oh wow, you can get Kristaps Porzingis, Oscar Robinson, Joel Embiid. Somehow Stephen Curry is affordable. Somehow Stephen Curry is affordable. Oh yeah, currently the replacement women's champion goes to Chelsea Green. I really hope like they give her a very interesting title run. I love Chelsea Green. Women's champion Chelsea Green. It's awesome to see Chelsea Green finally be interim champion because somehow we can't get a woman over without Rhea Ripley still being considered the real champion. I never even know why you make it a work when we know that there's no guarantee what time Rhea Ripley would be considered healthy to go. So why not just make her the current champion? Never like that way. Oh, no, you get the celebratory pyro for the new women's champion. Interim. They are. It's interim. White Bear trying to save that line for LA Knight if he ever gets pushed. Oh, what's popping, Josh Johnson? How you doing? Good to see you, man. Just doing fine. Yeah, fine ass Chelsea Green finally getting the belt, man. But that interim shit gotta go. It's good to see her back. Sadly, we're missing Alba Fire from Chelsea Green's cabinet. And Piper Nevin. Piper Nevin, did she turn against Chelsea? She's already like massively over. Yeah. All in supposed to be near the end of the month. I'll possibly be streaming. And he calls up her former tag team partner. Oh, wait, no, current tag team partner, Tiffany. I forgot her and Tiffany were tagging. Tiffany Stratton. Oh, I forgot that she's also the women's U.S. champion. You see what happens when you make these big card belts and you forget, bro. Julia, they've been trying to force Julia down our throats to make her like a top star in the mid card of the women's division. At that point, just consider that the kickoff division. God forbid a guy can catch up with what? How many titles we have now? 14, including the Speed Championships, if those still exist, including the NXT titles. God forbid. I think the only thing we got rid of around this time period has been the 24/7 championship, last held by who she that was released. I mean, Nikki Cross. Chelsea Green. Oh, and look at this. Not the only people that left with gold at SummerSlam. It's the new women's tag team champions of Fatal Influence. I don't give a shit. Toxic Attraction's better. I don't care. Don't disrespect Tiffany. I swear you gotta put name tags on these bitches. I swear. I mean, anything's better than Paige and Brie Bella. You forgot that those bitches were even on television. And then you know what's the weirdest part? Because I was streaming night one. I wasn't available for night two. You're telling me you turn heel on bitches that won't be on TV? Are you sure in the Big 26 people care about, I don't know, the Bella twins turning against Paige? And we don't even know if Paige is even going to be on television that much to, get heat. That's not even worth a Saturday Night Main Event if we're being honest, guys. Come on. Be for real. I hate when they put their the mid card championship on another in another championship match. Like, what's the point? And you know what's the worst part? They'll end it in a false finish anyway, just so you can see that completely negated. I know what you're talking about, Josh Johnson. That should be really annoying. It's like back in the late 2000s to the mid 2010, no, to the late 2010s. You got that random champion versus champion match, and then you know it's going to be a false finish. Just have them win all the belt. Hell, AEW has too many goddamn belts, and even they dropped the titles. Hell, what? Tommaso Ciampa won like two. No, was it Tommaso Ciampa that won like two belts? Samoa Joe wins two belts. Kenny Omega won four, bro. And they take it like the belt will lose them credibility. It's a work. They can win it back next week and talk and Fatal Influence doing a whole team huddle. And like, where the fuck is the general manager in all this? I'm here to show the world. I'm here to show the world. Fatal Influence have the influence to bring in referees for impromptu tag team matches, all because they pissed them off. And now we're taking commercial breaks just so we can set up the ring for this house show match. How was night two? I heard it was all better than night one. And even though I had my gripes with night one, not bad. It wasn't a bad show. The main event was a bit subpar. Me personally, why have the Hell in a Cell match if you're barely going to use it? I swear we had like one table spot. We had one table spot with Brock and Oba, and then they just did a tombstone pile driver on the exposed. My thing also, nobody was busted open. I feel like it's false advertising whenever you were doing a Hell in a Cell match and nobody's bleeding. That's something got to be destroyed multiple times, or somebody got to be bleeding, gang. We had to see at least like, I mean, it was already injured, noticeable about Cody Rhodes' pectoral injury, but at least that was sold. It was used psychology wise. Everybody was against Rollins using that to his advantage. It really showed some drama. If Cody could still compete, you barely had that. Nova just picked up the victory with the power bomb after kicking out of the tombstone. Underwhelming. What's going to be the direction of Ova? Will he be pushed as this unstoppable force, or they'll do the same thing they did for Matt Riddle with giving him an undefeated streak, and then he just gets middle of the pack main eventer? I feel like they'll fumble Obafemi if they put him in the same trajectory as Seth Rollins or worse, Bray Wyatt. AW has been pretty entertaining. I've seen some of the angles, and some of them has been decent. Some of them could be better. I do like the direction that they have the world title scene. MJF came back, I think, when they were visiting Mexico for a recent episode of Dynamite. The main event scene actually showing some drama with Cody, not Cody. Ooh, Jesus. Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega. The tag team division's actually pretty decent now with Edge and Christian holding the titles, but it shows they can nearly lose them almost every time. And the women actually get considered as superstars. AW has a direction to actually do decent shows. I just wish it didn't make them indie-rific all the time, or always trying to steal from. Hell, even I feel like the placements of the shows. Like I never expected ever that they do a wrestling show in a golf field, and do spots on it. AEW, when it tries, could actually be a very good product. I wish I could say the same for for Impact. I wish I could say the same for Impact. Impact has been absolutely cooked because of these departures. I think Mike Santana is supposed to go to AEW, even though we saw him on NXT. So we open up after the U.S. title match with a random tag match involving Fatal Influence versus Chelsea Green and Tiffany Stratton. Yeah, way too PG. Like, if you're old enough to remember 2010 Hell in a Cell between Orton and Sheamus, that's the equivalent of that match. It's like it was a wrestling match, but the Hell in a Cell was there. Never make your matches feel like that. Your gimmick should feel integral to enhance the match, not the other way around. I hate whenever matches do that, and then it feels like it's just worthless. It was like that. It was like that hardcore match we did with Dean Ambrose and Brock Lesnar back at WrestleMania 32. It just felt like it was just they wrestled, and it was just that match. That's my thing. I wish it wasn't always like that. But I hope Boba Fett gets a real angle against a guy around his schedule that actually can consistently push him to enhance his career. You don't always have to try to just put the diagonal on them all because he's the top face. Put him on angles where it feels like he's a considerable constant threat in the business, just like it did with Brock. People remember his title wins, but people remember his rivalries with the Hardy Boys and hitting chair shots on him. Damn! What a running kick to the face. Him getting into it with The Undertaker consistently. Him antagonizing everybody. Somehow you can't even make an angle without you always trying to stick with one person. No, you have a whole locker room. You can make a plethora of angles in within a year. WWE used to be so easy to do that. They actually feel like you're within an actual atmosphere in the WWE. Now it feels like you're just in a particular box. And you know what's the worst thing? They haven't gotten rid of Unreal yet, and that's killing kayfabe still. Double suicide, stereo suicide dive by both Chelsea Green and Tiffany. Prime TNA was on a different level. Yeah. If I name you, hell, people try to roast 2010 TNA. WWE, hell, even TNA wished they were even 2013 TNA. You wish you had AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, James Storm, Bobby Lashley, Eric Young, prime Eric Young, Booker T, Kevin Nash, Scott Steiner, Samoa Joe, Sting, Abyss. And now you guys can't even keep fucking Tommy Dreamer under contract, gang. Like, what are we doing, WWE, TNA? You keep trying to put yourself into a new hole, and every time I feel like you guys are in the right direction, TNA does what it does best. It tries to pitfall itself down to the bottomless pit of irrelevance where you see a Fight TV sponsorship. That's how I feel like TNA tries to book itself. It is a shame, too, because I felt like the last few years actually have been pretty good for the company. Then they lost Josh Alexander, Jordan Grace. That's in catering right now. Jordan Grace has fumbled her career so far since being on the main roster. When's the last time y'all saw Jordan Grace on TV? Motor City Machine Guns. WWE fumbled them too. Don't forget, WWE fumbled Motor City Machine Guns too. They're not all elite. Leon. Oh my God! Don't get me started. It's only going to take a while before we see that kid joining NXT or AEW. It's a shame too, because TNA is going to book Lockdown. They still didn't bring back the 6 sides. The booking still feels too safe, and they're just getting carried off draws from 20 years ago. Like, there's no idea. You're telling me the highlight of Bound for Glory is fucking Team 3D versus the Hardys in Big 26, bro. I wish you put some guys that actually care about the product and try to enhance the product and actually book angles that actually like can conduct a drama. You can push cinematography and still work the crowd. But it's such a lack of nuance in a lot of wrestling federations, not only WWE. A lot of federations have the potential, and it feels like they can never think outside the box when it comes to actually book entertainment. Even in the modern streaming realm, where I feel like wrestlers have more of the advantage because they can actually build their own brand. That sucks to say that, bro. Yeah, she lost to Jade Cargill, and that bitch was doing open challenges. When's the last time y'all saw Jordan Grace? Jordan Grace is so cooked now, not even her husband can get booked. That's sad. Mike Santana's gone. I'm shocked Moose is still there. And Moose has been there since the last TV deal. I'm not talking about Access. I remember when they were still on a American Direct, or I think they were still on Spike TV. Alabama Slam. Alabama Slammer. Shout out to Bob. Don't look at that. It's funny. What a swanton bomb. Over the forearm smash to cut off Tiffany Stratton. But it counts as an incidental tag to Chelsea Green. Obviously unintentional. You can see off her reaction. Chelsea takes out one person, but here comes another version of. Oh, here comes the unprettier. Chelsea gets pushed up to the corner. Inzaguri on the outside. But stunning her also. Chelsea Green. Picking up the momentum. He's going for a fucking jumping cutter. Are you kidding me? God damn it. Head full of steam for the current interim women's champion. Look at this. Oh, JC Jane with a discus form, stunning the women's champion. Tiffany Stratton takes her out the way. Baseball slide. Fatal Influence can take advantage. They're going to pin the champion. Cover. 1, 2, 3. Fatal Influence pick up a massive win. Wow. Damn, they're really giving the momentum to the Fatal Influence a lot. Okay. Incredibly athletic. Tiffany Stratton incredibly athletic. I just wish she developed more of her character because they try to push her for the catchphrase. They push her for a lot of angles. That's her second belt she won with the women's U.S. title. And it feels like they have a lot more confidence in Tiffany Stratton more than they do with Julia. Oh, is that Lash Legend? And the Irresistible Force are back. The former women's champions. Nia Jax, Ozempic Nia Jax, and Lash Legend are back. Nia Jax looks like she on a size 40 now waist. God damn. Oh, it looks like more than the tag title is priority for Nia Jax. The Irresistible Force went bigger gold. Look at this. Nia Jax already proposing her rightful place back on top of the women's division. Did she get the Ozempic just so she could fit the goddamn belt? God damn, bro. I swear to God, I haven't felt that like Damian Priest has a boogeyman lied age while having an Alex Riley charisma while looking like more. This is a Puerto Rican Adam Thorne. If we're being honest, I've never felt so dulled out, bro. I am the tag team champion. Oh, and here comes our troop. Oh, and here comes the AAA Lucha Libre tag team champions, the War Raiders. Is there a problem with Ivar's hair? What's with the trucker hat? And our troops just called the War Raiders the Road Warriors. They do look like bikers now. And this heavily anticipated match after they beat Fraxium, the the most fun fact tag team in the tag division, bro. It sucks too because people want to like roast the lack of depth in the tag division. They're not wrong. The War Raiders are not bad wrestlers. They're great wrestlers, but they're just so plain out and they've already accomplished so much. Next, look, I know Brock Lesnar's retiring, but don't you know my wife Stephanie McMahon's still in the Hall of Fame? Get up! Look, I feel like Stephanie's Hall of Fame induction is better than Roddy Piper's back in 2005. Get the fuck out of here. I know what, guys? Screw that. Michelle McCool's Hall of Fame. People got upset on the Bellas. I understand the Bellas is not the best female wrestlers in recent history. That kind of in a more criticized era of the Divas division, knowing that they were so particularly considered eye candy until they get booked to just be duller eye candy. But damn, I'd rather talk about the Bellas. At least they were trying to give a bigger platform for the women to actually display their personalities instead of being a stripping service diva search random like Michelle McCool that only got into the fucking Hall of Fame because Undertaker kept shouting her out on his goddamn podcast. Don't give a fuck about Michelle McCool. Bitch couldn't even reference Layla. She just kept pushing up fun facts, trying to push her own brand out. She doesn't even try to reference people that brought her into the business. Fuck Michelle McCool. That woman even ruined the 6 Feet Under podcast. Yet Undertaker regretting podcasting. You know how difficult, how easy it is to just sit on your ass and just talk shit, especially working the business. You're telling me Undertaker can't even do that because you're irritating? Fuck Michelle McCool, gang. I swear, he's not even gonna admit it because, of course, you got to be a loyal husband. But man, anything rips your joy out than your wife stealing a moment of your time away from home. Oh God! If we get another Sami Zayn Kevin Owens rivalry feud, I swear I might barf. That's almost as agitating than a Orton Cena rivalry, and they don't even consider that a special rivalry because they've wrestled 22 times on pay per view. Remember, guys, that feud started from 2007 on pay per view to 2025 back at Backlash. And the only reason people remember that match is because R-Truth came back heel and then just sat on a bed. I think you can name 5 extra different rivalries that are way better than Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. And they've had a great matches, don't get me wrong, but they've never had like authentic rivalries that felt like you want to tune in just to see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. People would still consider El Generico and Kevin Steen better than the 10 years they've had against one another. And that's saying a lot because these two are great workers, but not when they're together. And you already know that they have a decent enough relationship. And they're safe enough to wrestle on TV, but they're not important enough to put on PLE that consistently now. Especially in the newer format. If we were back in 2019, we could have seen these assholes wrestle 5 different times on PLE, excluding the big 4. Through the fire, I swear to God, Chaka Khan really was spitting. I think she did a re-sing. That was trending all over my feed on Instagram. They had Chaka Khan singing her Through the Fire classic song from the 80s. Outstanding performance. Even though people were memeing it, it was very impressive that she could still sing in a high pitch. It looks like we're doing a memorial career, his amateur career to his time in OVW, to his next big thing debut, to the time he broke Hardcore Holly's neck. Shout out Hardcore Holly and his Twitter. I'm so sorry. Y'all have your favorite Brock Lesnar matches? Because if y'all don't choose, I know people would pick 2015's Undertaker versus Brock. I actually liked SummerSlam 2015. That was an incredible. That was probably better than their work when Brock was younger and Undertaker was a bit younger. That was probably the best work you've seen from those guys. I know people would also pick WrestleMania 19, Kurt Angle versus Brock. Bang! Shoots him down like Kirk. So it's cool. I'm not making money off this anyway. It's like the Miami Heat yet to make any moves. They don't have a lot of no recognizable depth on their team, except picking up Tim Hardaway Jr. out of nepotism alone, and he's cheap. And what? Still, like Brock is going to the Hall of Fame. I understand people try to underestimate his career and try to be like nobody else can be like Brock. Literally, nobody will be like Brock. Nobody will have that type of intense look and make so much of a cultural shock from like an athletic freak that can do it all except talk. Look like an attraction like that and feel like he can beat anybody up. No one does that as authentically as Brock Lesnar. And do that while playing predominantly a heel for most of his career, while beating the streak, being a Royal Rumble winner, Money in the Bank winner, being a multi-time world champion. Like people forget this is his second stint with the company, and it's way better than his first stint. And it's a shame too, because I felt like they could have lasted this feud longer than a couple months. Because this 6 month feud could have been a whole year to build up under Brock Lesnar's pull back into the main event scene, making him feel more human, building that intensity back, getting a major pop, and trying to make this more aggressive to make Obafemi actually feel like a killer, make him remorseful, but also make him feel like dangerous at the same time because he knows how tough he can be. That's the type of potential you can have when you actually can know how to sell a character. But that requires the actual writing team, not ChatGPT to write your team. And not fucking Pat McAfee going over a wrestler's biopic in the middle of footage. When we just had a whole I don't know why I do that. Voices in my head, they can't me, they understand, they talk to me. When Randy Orton's pulling back up after his return at SummerSlam, but it was a bit more unorthodox, jumping into the main event of night one, the semi-main event of night one. Excuse me, I forgot. CM Punk doesn't really main event. He's always the opener of Coachella's, even when he believes he's still closing out on Coachella. We haven't seen him since WrestleMania, I think. I hear heroes dying. I hear his blood that's drying. I hear heroes dying. I hear voices in my head. They can't see. I thought that guy was from what culture? He's too ginger and too twink. They talk to me. They tell me things I will do. They show me things I'll do. They talk to me. Talk to me. They talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Randy Orton returned after costing Cody Rhodes a chance to become a world champion for what, the fourth time? No Jelly Roll, no Pat McAfee. The storyline's gonna suck. After Cody Rhodes humiliated him at WrestleMania, costing him a chance to be world champion. And amazing storytelling. You know why? You know why? Jelly Roll. I don't make the rules. Wow. Wow. Heroes dying. I taste blood that's trying. Heroes dying. Haha, there's Pop. Oh no. You know what's the craziest part? Randy Orton doing something unspeakable, like costing the face of the company the world title at the biggest night of the summer. And yet he's getting cheers and niggas singing his song. There's no such thing as heat in this business, unless I guess you punch a pregnant woman. I don't know. My name is Randy Orton. Boom Boom Killer. Okay. We made Randy Orton Jamaican. I apologize. Oh, look at this. Before Randy Orton could even get a word out there, obviously we have a interruption that's reasonable. And look at this. Cody Rhodes waiting no time already with the tracksuit off. Crowd is here. Why are we still need the theme song? Can the fans just shut the fuck up? Just turn off the theme song. Thank you. Brother was already inside the ring. Cody already calling him out. Randy Orton will wrestle on my time. Cody saying that he's owed an explanation for why costing the world title. I don't owe you shit. You gave me permission to be heel. Whoa. Randy Orton's explanation is that you asked for it, bro. something. The voices keep talking. He's telling me to get fentanyl. When the fuck is Nick Aldis here? How come he's the only one talking? He's not the one talking. Oh yeah, oh yeah. He was about to attempt the punt. I think I remember how it ended after Orton lost. He was about to attempt the punt kick. I don't know if he followed through with it or he just left. My lungs. And you were trying to permanently. Oh, finally he's gonna turn the heel. I don't think you guys know how this is gonna work. I'm sure our Troop is considered a legend. I mean, comedically, and Randy Orton. Oh, look, it's Don Callis. Oh, never mind. I apologize. That's Davari. Oh, my father's son. Forget my freedom. Well, we still got drama, and here comes depressed. We still have fucking depressed Johnny Gargano. Sammy's bitching again, ladies and gentlemen. That's what Johnny Gargano's just sitting out his contract. That's the only reason why he's still doing this fucking gimmick with no resolution. We brought this nigga to the NXT just for Kumbaya. Still nothing's happening. Just to revolve around what other storylines are happening. Gargano's just still depressed. What's popping, John Jay? Oh, I'm injured. Can't play for the Niners. You know you have another hand, Sammy. Oh my god, Punk is. Oh yeah, he's the current WWE champion. Yeah, that decimated the Milwaukee Bucks. Jesus Christ. Talk to us. Sammy saying like, how do you want to talk to us like that? He's just standing around. He's planking. Again, why are you guys still here? Wasting government money. I mean, WWE's money. Why Jake Cargill needs a faction around here, but none of them ever talk for him? And Meacham's just here looking like handsome Squidward with a weave. Explain to me that. I mean, my heart beats to the beat of the drum. Chill out with the Blaze, Meacham. You're not going. You're not going for another title push where you just randomly lose. Fucking loser. Still getting some Lucha Libre news for AAA Mania. And Mexico. We had MGM Grand Garden for Lucha Libre. What, is the AAA Mania being two-night event? Please, God, no. God damn it, bro. Why every fucking extravaganza gotta be unemployment city, bro? Gotta have a fucking paid vacation pension, government assisted to make two-night events happen, and still trying to pay off your bills, gang. I'm ready. I think I'm ready. So, WB Unreal. So, how are we gonna book this next week? Book? We haven't booked anything since 2024. What? Just put it to GBT. Well, oh, wait, cut the camera. Cut the camera. They gotta not know that we have no ideas. Then I wanna tell you. Oh, y'all saw that post of Luke Kuechly in the Hall of Fame in the Hall of Fame game? He's looking like a young Captain America. I'm not gonna lie. Suns legend Terry Crews. Is that a fucking meme? That's the equivalent of saying Miami Heat legend Tony Gonzalez when he was in the summer team. What's popping, crazy juice? What is going on? Yeah, just say if we're gonna have Suns legend Terry Crews, we gotta have Miami Heat legend Tony Gonzalez until the Kansas City Chiefs gave him a new contract. Yeah, but bread is bread. Who's gonna say no? Oh my God! This 5 foot nothing Carmelo Hayes beats 6'8" former NFL player Baron Corbin. Yeah, that checks out. That checks out. That makes a lot of sense. Maybe I can jump Wembenyama from behind for taking up the cover spot. Oh, Luke Kuechly's in the Hall of Fame? It was well deserved for Luke Kuechly, but I thought he was just there to just hang out with the Panthers team. Well, who's that? Who's that wide receiver? Jalen? I think his name is Jalen Collins or something. That guy was catching everything that moved, except COVID. Hopefully. Please do not catch COVID. Turning your body and getting higher and higher. Cause I want you. Cause I want you to get closer and closer. Man, busted open radio with Sirius XM WWE. Oh God, you guys are so broke, y'all shills now. Bubba Ray Dudley is so poor he has to be a WWE shill now. After practically making heat with almost most of the wrestling community because of his shit takes, ignorant opinions, and trying to be the pseudo tough guy. Fuck Bubba Ray Dudley. Y'all deserve to be financial shills. And then they come around over on their podcast saying that they're welcome for us being here. Oh, that's sad. Of course, oh, Warriors, congrats on the new move that you guys got. It's so awesome that Al Horford's on that new deal. At that point, bring back Kuminga. Even though I heard reports that he might be, I think he might sign with the Lakers. Ooh, but I don't know if that's an upgrade from when they had Rui Hachimura on the rotation. Rui Hachimura is kind of the big key defender that can handle every position. Oh my God, the Bellas beat Page. It's like 2014 again. Get a job. Get a job. I'm being serious. You think I'm playing? That's cute. I'm being serious. Get a job. Page here. Next up, next Friday after Fatal Influence, JC Jane gets a title shot against Tiffany Stratton for the Women's United States Championship. I'm shocked she gets a title shot as soon as they pin the women's champion. Triple threat tag team match for the tag titles will be R-Truth and Damian Priest versus whoever's left on the Samoan B team and the War Raiders. They are the Mexican tag team champions. I'm sorry, Lucha Libre AAA tag team champions. Baron Corbin will defend his title next week. No, he'll just wrestle. No, it will be for the United States title against Carmelo Hayes. You know why? Because Carmelo Hayes jumped him, even though Carmelo Hayes hasn't won a match in like weeks. Oh my gosh, Shinsuke Nakamura still here? Nakamura's still feuding with the fucking Tungaloa Krakatawa! Oh my God. When are they going to know that not every Samoan needs to be featured on Friday Night SmackDown? When are they going to know that? For God's sakes. No, Nakamura beat up Cody, beat up CM Punk. You're a former Royal Rumble winner, and it still feels like you're an irrelevant part of the show. That is sad. Imagine being a fun fact of Royal Rumble winners instead of being the main event scene gang. That's upsetting. I love Nakamura, but they gotta stop fucking this guy over. I'm back. And you know what I want to do? Nakamura's going to make a statement. I want to wrestle some Samoans. This writing team, bro. This fucking writing team. They're more stop and go than the whole front office of the Golden State Warriors, if we're being honest. And that's saying a lot because somehow they considered they keep Porzingis, they get Dylan Brooks. Just an offensive version of Draymond Green. So many moves the Warriors tried to bet their entire chips on just to be a fringe below average out of a play-in spot. At that point, just let Steph Curry go to the Celtics. It's time to let it go. You guys barely have. Gui Santos is not going to get y'all anywhere. Come on. Barely but anybody on that rotation. Your pressure gave that contract to. It all started to not even that punch to the face. Hell, I'd punch. You know what I'd do? Draymond, sure. Is it unprofessional when he punched his own teammate in the face? Jordan Poole? But guess what? I would have held Jordan Poole in place just so he got a more solid punch in the jaw. That's how bad that contract has held back the Golden State Warriors organization. Charlotte Flair's in the house. She's still tagging with Alexa Bliss, gang. Big man Brunson. Big man Brunson. A candlestick version of the Golden State Warriors. Fat Zion, Ozempic, Zion Williamson, Halliburton's back in the rotation. Zion, we're still hoping he becomes more than an all-star. Sped Scotty Barnes with no chance of that Kawhi Leonard move going because of that scam deal financially. There is no shot you guys gave him that much money. And here comes Jordan. Not Jordan. It's the Storm. Jade Cargill. Looking like an absolute action figure. With two studs behind her. I mean, two women. You just get B-Fab is just a taller version of Alicia Fox. Oh, who's this?
Yo, it's
Hello?
me.
Oh yeah, this is your content.
It's my new channel.
How you doing, John?
Nothing much.
Oh, did
Well,
you
I'm
get to see
back
the Hall
making
of Fame
content.
game, by the way?
What's going on?
The Hall of Fame game. Did you get to see it?
I was on YTC stream for like 30 minutes. I saw a little bit and then I turned it off.
That was actually pretty high scoring. I'm shocked. Sup, my Lakers and Dodgers brothers. Do you
No, we're not
consider
doing
this
this.
slander? You consider this slander?
No, we're not doing this.
Look, I'm not judging anybody, John.
Crazy Juice is just a hater. He doesn't want to accept that he loves the Giants and the Warriors.
Nothing's wrong with it.
He's just a hater.
Lakers, I feel like, has made their team a bit better.
Mm-hmm.
But, I know you had some smart moves to make, too, over the offseason.
Mm-hmm.
Al Horford needed that new contract.
Never mind. I was going to say something messed up.
I'm so sorry.
Well, as football season starts, I think it's a good way to promote the channel. Yeah.
I think
And so
I'm gonna
people,
try to
yep.
see if I can follow a bit more college football. Be nice, follow some pure sports, even though it's already hoed.
The biggest thing is going to be the Pac-12, which I think I'll get a lot of viewers. I'm still working on trying to figure out a software where I can make long form content because I have shorts so far.
Ah,
So it's a work in progress. Hopefully, I can figure it out like midway through the NFL season.
well, knowing that I have to be an honorary Jets fan for a season, I'm gonna have to learn how to drink a bit light, even though I've never been a connoisseur of alcohol. I want to die.
No worry. In the words of uh, the great Shador Sanders, he'll save the Jets.
Oh God, I did see a report on one of his teammates actually criticizing about the quarterback decision, pushing a backhanded comment, trying to say that he wanted Deshaun Watson to start over him. You know how petty you have to be to consider Deshaun Watson over another quarterback, all because you think he's out to get you. That's a new low, and that's a lot considering Jerry Judy is not in the situation where he thinks he is right now.
Oh wow, he said, "You mean the peasants?" The hater. He's a big hater.
And Idioses, is that what he means?
It's a midget in Spanish. It's
Oh
offensive.
boy.
Crazy Juice is offensive. I'm just playing because
He's a joker.
we live in a world where like that's offensive. Everything's offensive.
Liberal. I'm joking.
I live in Northern California. Everything's offensive. Like you breathe. How dare you breathe on me? It's offensive.
Oh, slap right in the chest. God, my hand is killing me. It's so weird to see LeBron James with a Sixers jersey on. Jesus.
Spudgy's been overhyped.
I heard you heard what Kevin Durant said. He considered the Sixers team being around the same level as the 2018, and I'm vouching off you because obviously this is your team. Do you consider this the same level as the Golden State Warriors when they had Kevin Durant?
Well, the difference is that we were younger. We were young.
Like majority of your unit at that time was below 30, and still breaking records offensively.
Yep.
You, we don't even know who'd be the predominant offensive ball carrier. There's too many what ifs for that team to even be considered a super team. In my opinion, y'all not better than the net. I'm joking. I'm joking. But besides that, I feel like you guys need to get yourself to a level where I don't even consider you near the Cavaliers level, even though the Sixers always been pretenders. I don't know if LeBron even enhances them that close to even getting out of the second round.
I was messing with Spongy. I say, Spongy, I have a question for you. Are your Sixers mid? And then YTC said, "Oh, I can answer that for you, John. Of course, they're worse than mid." And then Spongy was like, "No, no,
No, no, take it
no,
back,
John."
take it back, John, take it back. God damn, no, hold on, we're not using this. Donovan Mitchell, they made Donovan Mitchell a goddamn 99 overall in this freaking game. Zach Levine's a 90 what? In the Big 23? No, he's not. I know in the Big 27.
The Warriors want some point guard or shooting guard from the Pelicans or Memphis, something like that.
Oh god, Pelicans. I don't think they've made a move except like keep DeAndre Jordan for another season. Yeah, this is way too high. There is no way they have CJ McCollum 92 overall in this game. What the fuck are they doing?
Yeah, all the Warrior fans are like getting word. Oh my gosh, we're not good anymore, John Jay. I've been saying that for years.
Look, at least Steph Curry might go for 40 every game. Draymond Green will elbow somebody in the neck and then he'll say something in his podcast.
But the only thing that Steph Curry is still able to do it is shoot the basketball, and so. But when it comes for him, like driving into the basket and like carrying the team, he can't do it no more. He can still put up points because if he hits like 5 3 pointers, that's 15 points already.
He could still considerably do that because that's a rhythm on the system. And the three ball was a bit more ageful than back in the day when the knees of like Tracy McGrady's knees were shot. Because I remember when he was a New York Knick, I was too young for his prime, but when he was there as a New York Knick, like you saw everything decline, everything except his jump shot. Vince Carter kind of developed gracefully, being more of an outside shooter after his athleticism gave away. That's why he played it later in his 40s.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame. Steph Curry still has like I feel like just a advanced level to score highly, but the availability is always going to be the question with him, knowing his age. His knees will give out quicker than you think. But I hope that really doesn't like come to pass because I'd like to see Steph Curry play more. Oh, what a crossbody for Charlotte Flair reversed into a pinfall cradle. Oh, no, near fall by Jay Cargill. Tosses her up for 1, 2. Oh, we're going straight WWE 2K20. No, 2K14 with this. The big 2026. I saw that Grand Theft Auto game. Heard that a new trailer update's happening. Motherfucker, now you gotta go to Netflix. Netflix for a video game trailer. I don't need the game that badly, guys. We're really this capitalistic. You have to go to freaking streaming services for a video game trailer that's already gonna post on YouTube just so you can have early access on a game that you can download. I get confused whenever people have to pre-order video games just for early access. When you know that everybody else is gonna download the fucking game, like hype is too much of a bitch for certain people out there, folks. That's like people paying early access for Ticketmaster when you know damn well you're gonna be at the same place. We know your seats, John. You still gotta pay for concession though. Yeah, I know that the season tickets are the same price as your mortgage. But motherfucker,
Everything's expensive.
Come on.
Nothing's cheap anymore.
There's way too many video games in America for you guys to be like Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto 6 is worth me getting a Netflix subscription. Come on. Just to see a trailer. This young lady got to fix her weave before she counts the 1, 2, 3. Wrestling is fake, guys. Jade Cargill got a wig. Jade Cargill got a wig, guys. My wife got a wig. That's like saying Ric Flair's hair is not blonde. Oh, a slap right to the face. Another bicycle kick taken down the knee while the other leg was hooked into a side kick by Charlotte Flair. Oh, going for the figure eight. Can she pick up the pin? Can she pick up the submission? The 16-time women's champion has it. Look. Oh my goodness. There's fat ass Zion Williamson. You know, we're 8 years into this, and Zion Williamson still hasn't been a superstar. Can we trade him? Who said that?
Who said what?
Zion Williamson. We're 8 years in, and yet he's still considered a priority on the franchise with no playoff appearances. Oh, Alexa Bliss is here. While her arm's still braced up, but she's there to still help out her tag team partner. She brought her doll.
Did you
Yay!
say?
What is the doll gonna do?
Did you
Alexa,
say?
I don't want to be violent, but I'm sure if there's a Glock or a baton in there, that'd be a little bit more useful than a doll.
Did you?
And by the way, you're like 30 years old. You're like 37 years old. Oh shit! Who's up top? Is that Tatum Paxley? Cross body on both women. Exactly what America wants. A golf woman with high heel boots throwing a crossbody. You WWE fans are perverts.
So
Oh!
you said she has a doll?
Yeah. It was this thing with Bray Wyatt, and it seems to be a memorial reference to him all the time. Oh, into a DDT. Not the natural selection. Charlotte Flair going high risk. Ooh. 1, 2, 3. When the hell is that her finish? Charlotte Flair, when was it over the head? Bulldog, your finish. Yay! And she has a leg tattoo? Oh, no. I know WWE fans. They don't wear deodorant. Is that? That's Tatum Paxley, right? Or else I'm wrong. Who's that? Probably somebody's going to correct me. What's going on, Apex? Don't say a slur on the chat, please. Allegedly. I'm not saying you don't. John, how much Vetavia would be? I know.
How old is he?
He should be 30. Shouldn't he be like 30, in his early 30s right now?
Well, if that's the case, it shouldn't cost
He's still
too
one
much.
of the best defensive players in the game. I wouldn't consider him. Vetavia is making $22 million. Yeah, he's in his early 30s, 31 years old. He's currently in the 7.3 cap hit currently on the Buccaneers, and he's probably trying to push for $40 million on an extension. But you're shortchanging your All-Pro defender this late in the off season where they have to practice. And that's also while you got Baker Mayfield still shortchanged. I heard Baker Mayfield's getting shortchanged and he's not liking his contract. Why are you doing this while in the middle? Preseason's about to kick off.
What a date already.
Interesting. And some of these teams just started practice. That is weird, bro. And I know we were talking about the injury riddle. I know I've been hearing the reports on the injury riddles on the Niners, but Jesus Christ, this whole offseason has been an absolute turnstile. I can't have a report without somebody getting injured or criminally insane or disappoint, or Aaron Rodgers is doing some dumb shit. Aaron Rodgers still thinks he's back at college. Mm, I'm just trying to figure myself out. Aaron, you're in your 40s.
He's 42, 41 or 42.
I don't know, John. If Aaron Rodgers retires currently, I bet he'll be in the same path as Walter White in Breaking Bad. He's gonna just start cooking for no reason. He's gonna be fake dying, and he's gonna pull Pat McAfee in for some apparent reason.
Like Aaron Rodgers, like went off the rocker in 2020 when Jordan Love was drafted, and then he, like his, his mindset changed because I'm not trying to get controversial, but his mindset changed, and then he started like saying stupid things and like becoming a nutcase.
Of I think I started giving up as soon as I heard him say a caterpillar is just another word for a butterfly. It's like, for that, Aaron, you're off your rocker. You're off. You're off something. I can't help you. I don't want to be wherever you are, Aaron. That's saying a lot because I've been around a lot of potheads and I don't even smoke, John. But I know guys who sell it, guys who make it, and guys who smoke it.
Hmm.
There's a lot of bullshit you got to be on while you're making millions of dollars a year. While these guys are trying to do this to escape reality, Aaron Rodgers is just trying to escape the Matrix or midlife crisis or both, while being a Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback, and that's all of the above. So at that point, I'd be hotboxing with Aaron Rodgers too if I was Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback.
I remember he was dating this like this. I don't know if she's a comedian, but she was on that thing called The Daily Show with Jon Stewart.
Wait, she was a funny woman?
I don't know, but
Impossible. Sorry, I'm sorry. Continue.
they started dating. Like she was already planning, like, oh, like me and Aaron are gonna be like married and blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like after like a year, like she had to be like, you know what, I don't want to be with this guy. And then Aaron Rodgers, I don't know if it was true, but someone told me that he was dating Danica Patrick or something. Anyway,
Danica Patrick was kind of eye candy for a bit, John.
anyway, the last three women Aaron Rodgers have dated have ended by the woman because something like, and I'm trying to remember the name of the first girlfriend that he was dating like in 2016 or 2017, and she was like in 2021 said during our relationship, like this guy was like a little bit like not there in the head, and if it does like go back, maybe
Mm-hmm.
he has like a weird form of CTE that like he's still like, look at me, like I'm still functioning, but something's wrong with my brain. Again, I don't want to belittle anybody, but yes, something's not there in Aaron Rodgers' head, in my opinion.
Mm. Well, he has been against what the top defenders in NFL history for a long time. Maybe one hit from Drapel Peppers when he was on the Panthers did something to him. It doesn't surprise me that more quarterbacks are not off the right. You know what? I take that back. I've grown up when Brett Favre used to be Jets quarterback. Never mind, John. If Brett Favre can do something to a secretary, they got safety gear for Joel Embiid come next season. Brilliant. He'll probably play 15 more games with this. 5, 10, 2, Maybe like one day to day, but you won't see him until January.
In the words of Spongy, we're gonna win it, John.
There's such slander. Did you know Joel Embiid was MVP? So was Charles Barkley, but nobody thought he was going to win with the Rockets. Jesus. I just can't wait till Joel Embiid gets washed up and turns into a Sacramento King come 2030. Okay, for that sounds depressing. I don't wish that upon any man, John. I'm not gonna lie. That's like Westbrook when he was the Sacramento King. Oh, that happened. He wasn't even that bad as a Sacramento King. The last couple seasons, Westbrook has been a journeyman, but he's kind of been pretty decent of a six man. I would still say he's considerably like a reliable rotation piece in this age. People thought he was going to go to the Rockets, maybe the Miami Heat. Miami Heat's been desperate to pick up either Klay Thompson off a cheap deal, but he's not willing a buyout. Drew Holiday was a big acquisition piece because there's so many starting point guards at the Trailblazers. Nobody, but they're not willing to buy him out of his contract. Klay Thompson from the Dallas Mavericks. John Morant, but then he became a Portland Trailblazer.
Well, look at all the fog and the
That's so
Giants.
weird. John Morant becomes a Portland Trailblazer.
Look at the fog. I turned the game on. The Giants are playing, and there's so much fog. But because the lights are on, you
Mm-hmm.
know, the full yeah.
Ball game. They're not having a delay.
Oh no, the game's on. It's 7:10 in the West Coast, so the first pitch is going on. They're showing a quick highlight of Barry Bonds.
What the hell is going on this offseason? You remember Ennis Kenter?
That basketball player, right?
Yeah. He's saying that he's becoming a WNBA prospect.
Dude, it's been 19 years since Barry Bonds hit the home run that broke the record.
Damn.
You know, I was having a conversation with a guy who is a huge Barry Bonds fan, and he says that what MLB did to him is dirty because he never tested positive for anything. But everybody else who they tested positive, and so. But
Back in my day, that wouldn't happen to me. Just saying.
I got a feeling in another 5 years, Barry Bonds will be in the Hall of Fame, even if it kills a lot of the sports writers, because there's still a lot of sports writers who are alive who hate Barry Bonds.
At that
And that's
point,
one of the
people
reasons why
everybody
he's not in the Hall of
they
Fame.
literally ruin the integrity of the game. It just takes a monkey out of the back of the expectation because anybody can take performance enhancements but still suck.
Well,
That's just my opinion.
well, in 2000, was it 2011 or 2012? Anyway, Barry Bonds was indicted by the FBI in San Francisco
Mm-hmm.
for lying, under oath. It's kind of hilarious. Like, he got charged for lying to the government. Wow, what's new? And during the trial, like they were talking about performance enhancement, and there was one woman who infamously people got so mad at her was like, I have a question about steroids. If you put it in your body, does your body like turn into the Incredible Hulk? And this is the transcript that was being talked about inside the jury room. And then a lot of people were like, wait a second, what? That's not how steroids work. And so because she was unconvinced of the claim, you can be on drugs, any drugs that is supposed to make you bigger, faster, stronger. But if you're not working out, steroids actually is like junk food. It makes you fat if you do not work out.
That's how protein works, folks.
So Barry Bonds was never ever indicted. He was never ever brought to any criminal charges. Uh, he never tested positive on any drug test when they implemented the the MLB thing.
And by the way, most of his prime, he was doing this with still regulated bats at the time. It's not like when you had torpedo bats with the New York Yankees or the advanced bats you have now.
I remember everyone was throwing the fit because the Yankees had like those bats.
Guys, why are we hating? By the way, we didn't even win the World Series. Don't remind me.
David Corona reminds YTC all the time.
Oh my God.
I still believe that. I still believe that that was a rigged series.
Didn't they lose to the Cubs? I don't want to hear anything. I'm sorry.
Remember, I'm a Giants fan. I don't like the Dodgers, and so I love messing with Corona.
Lockout, John.
I love messing with Corona. He's like, oh hell no, fool.
There was a lockout for the league 15 years ago.
I think so.
Oh God. That's a damn shame. I want consistent baseball, and every time there's got to be some financial bickering, and the cap doesn't do anything because there's still going to be bigger market advantage. Even Todd Bowley gives a shit. I've seen how much he's spent on Chelsea Football Club. These guys haven't won the Champions League in, I don't know, damn near a decade, and they still end up spending like $250 million in a month.
Well, it's a sad day for the Giants because their longtime announcer is retiring at the age of 74.
Oh, that's actually pretty young for retirement nowadays. I'm joking, Jeff.
Well, he's been doing it for so long. A lot of people don't know that Mike Krukow was a Yankee, and then in his final few seasons, he ended up in San Francisco, and then he retired, and then after he retired, he became the voice of the Giants, and basically, if you are like 50 and younger, you don't remember any other announcer. He's been the guy for so long, and his partner is dealing with his name is Dan Kepper and Dane Kepper, and he is dealing with a lot of health problems, and so those are the two guys that define the Giants. It's gonna be a sad day when whoever replaced them, because like the guy that did the Dodgers for so many years, when he retired, I was like, damn, this guy seen everything in LA Dodger history, and now he retired like in his late 90s. So
yeah, time comes in, or else some politics wanted him out. But he's done his time. He's made his mark, and he's already established so much of his atmosphere onto the fan base. So you gotta respect that.
mm-hmm.
It sucks though whenever you hear from a familiar voice is leaving your franchise. That sucks.
And look at all the empty seats. Like people are like, yeah, our season's over. They're bringing up a lot of farm system players. Like, well, we traded our second baseman, Arias. We traded Ramos, who was a really good player, to the Yankees. He's really good.
I think we're still on to that last trade we did. It wasn't. We didn't need a slugger. We needed somebody on base. And also, I think we sent Volpe down. Did we send Anthony Volpe down? Like I think we only had one noticeable hitter that we signed. Even though, like, who was trying to fleece us? And this was right after they traded away their best pitcher. I think it was the Tigers that thought they think they would get Ben Rice, Paul Goldschmidt, and a funny one. What the fuck is wrong with the Tigers? This had to be sent by Benjamin Netanyahu when they thought they think they can get Giancarlo Stanton. And I feel like reparations won't be paid, and I don't want to wish this upon anybody, John. We won't win unless our current GM passes. I really hope not, but I think just the front office interest in general and Aaron Boone got to die. Even the Mets got better on the pitching, and they haven't done shit. They've been 20 games below 500. Watching a Mets game is just comedic relief. That saves your whole year. Your favorite pet died, just watch him. Just watch a Mets game. Your girl left you for a better man, just watch a Mets game. Your parlay fell, watch a Mets game. You listen to a Drake album, just watch a Mets game. You watch Spider-Man, just watch Spider-Man. What are you doing here? I couldn't even watch Spider-Man because I had to deal with 94-degree weather.
And Corona says there's a new
It was
Spider-Man.
94 degrees today, and then there was a huge little thunderstorm. Late night. God forbid a tree falls down near my house. Actually, somebody put a parlay on that, please. Ah, Jesus. Instead of LeBron James, we got Luka, the real GOAT. Jim, where are you leaving? Where are you leaving?
Oh, okay.
Is that somebody in the background? Oh, okay.
My bad. Probably.
I thought I left the tab open or something.
Yep.
Oh my God, some WNBA action. How much so I can not watch it? Watching a fast break, you're just better off just watching your kids play. New extension on a Titans player who made it to Canton. Drew Brees, Adam Vinatieri. It took Craig this long? Is that Larry Fitzgerald? I thought he was already in Canton. I thought Larry Fitzgerald was already a Hall of Famer like 2-3 years ago.
You see, he retired. I don't know if he retired in 2021 or something. I don't know. He retired.
I know it was a minute ago he retired.
So you have to wait 5 years before they make you eligible.
Okay.
So probably was that the 2020 season or 2021 season.
By the way, who gave Jameer Gibbs $70 million?
I don't know.
Who the fuck?
The Lions. Because because uh because what their fans, he's the best running back in the NFL.
Even though I feel like that's undisputed, he is an outstanding running back. 70 million? I got that good cushion alcohol.
That's what Corona says all the time.
That's a good song. It's a good song.
Yeah,
Made it.
he retired in 2020.
Five? Damn, that was 6 years ago. Jesus. I mean, to be fair, he does deserve a Hall of Fame mention. I wasn't down when I say a whole life will make it. Yeah, when I fall. Now we're gonna hear J.R. Smith to the Hall of Fame after he's done golfing. What the hell? Why is the head coach shirtless on FIFA? FIFA, what is this? The coaches with the FIFA. No, John, hold on. The game is out already, so I can't get copyright stricken for this. There is no way we have head coaches displaying player because there's a cutscene when you sign the player. They give you a little cutscene. Ah, damn it! Hold on. Where is it? There's no shot. I don't know if that's Ange Postecoglou. Who's this alcoholic wreck giving Erling Haaland a PSG shirt? Brother is naked. Brother is with only his underpants on. Welcome to the team. Who the fuck are you? Why are you giving me this?
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Hey, I have to say this. I don't know who makes this game because now someone in EA is like, you know what? Let's start showing.
Dude, we don't have to try. I'm on my break. There's no way. That is the most depressing thing. And even NBA 2K, hell, even Madden fans are getting enough of this. You know why? Because now you gotta pay. Whenever you create your player and you get your little accessories, well, like you get your little arm sleeves, and now they made the shoulder pads tighter. So they want you to look like a twink, not a warrior. Awesome. Guess what? Now you gotta pay $20 for a blue arm sleeve. And an extra 20 if you want a Jordan brand logo on it. At this point, when are fans are gonna put their foot down? And that's not what I want to pay a video game for. Because even in FIFA, they don't do this. They're trying to make a hub world. They're trying to make their own park. And that sounds more enticing than Madden. College football tried to do this too, John. I discussed this earlier, a few weeks ago. When college football was trying to force you to pay to upgrade your fucking head coach for dynasty mode. They were trying to pay you for dynasty mode. That's a new low to me. And that says a lot. Come on. These sports games gotta do better. And the worst part is that the fans, they don't even feel like equivalently. They always make this excuse. They always make this freaking excuse. There's just a lack of competition or a lack of alternatives. No, Jim, you're just too lazy to make a goddamn choice. I'm sure if we go to any other person that does any other hobby, they read a different book or the other book pisses them off. If the writer's not doing something that's the equal to from the last book that they considered good, they'll pick another feature of a book. I'm sure if they didn't like Game of Thrones, they'll just read Dexter. When people didn't like Game of Thrones, they went to the next thing. They kept watching PE Blinders until that fell off. That's ridiculous. You guys don't want to pick another genre. The terminology ball and gun is now considered dumb dude bro gamers. That's insulting. Back when video games could actually be revolutionary, how they actually can make the simulation of playing the actual sport feel more authentic for fans. And now it feels like you're just simulating spending more money. And you're telling me you have to pay 10 realistic money and grind for accessories that you would just realistically, the front office and the stadium already gives to the players for free. Be honest with yourself. Why are you paying extra for that? That's ridiculous. I remember they take it like it's revolutionary to have your own hub world in your own mansion where you can actually add your own accessories you get from playing the fucking games more. We've been doing that since the PlayStation 2 era. You get your own mansion so you can put your own trophy case, so you can put your own accessories, your own records you've broken, and put them up plateaued around your wall. That was on the PlayStation. That was 20 plus years ago now. And now they're making you pay an extra $20 for that bullshit. And you fans weren't even complaining when they were making you pay for passes. When they were giving you financial tiers to upgrade bullshit you won't see because the servers are closed slower now. 2K servers like close out in the next 2.5 years. What are you doing spending an extra $100 on 30K of VC when you know damn well statistically you guys spend like 300? They're taking advantage of people's incompetence. That's sad. And it wouldn't be more sad if it wasn't so true. Some of y'all ball and gun fans are really retards out there. Because that means you guys are just enabling yourselves and force feeding you guys this schlop just so whenever there's new crap, you guys can tolerate it. So now Madden can justify itself retailing for $200. Playing an NFL game shouldn't be a luxury. When honestly, you know damn well they could be doing that any other part and they're still going to profit. I apologize, John. It's stuff like that pissed me off, and I'm not used to being the hype when I didn't want to be behind because my favorite YouTubers were doing it, and now I'm not at that social pressure anymore where I have to force myself to always try to keep up because I know damn well the next thing will be the same thing next year. You don't need another 99 overall Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's already 99 overall in the fucking video game. What are you doing?
Well, if you think about it, Michael Jordan
Get better at the actual game. That's why you didn't make the league, Jimmy.
Damn.
Be honest with yourself. You spend $300K. You spend $2,000. I've seen people spend $10,000 on a fucking video game, John. They couldn't spend money to pay off their alimony and a trainer. Some of y'all on a 2K grind journey. Y'all on your second build, but you guys don't have your own significant build. You guys are all fat as shit playing at Madden League.
Damn.
Play an actual fucking sport. Go outside. It's summertime, and I see more old people outside than young people. That is depressing.
I want to shut up.
I'll be trying to go out for some cardio, John, get myself a bit more active, lose some weight. And you don't see, it's a once in a blue moon opportunity. I call it opportunity because that's how rare it is. That you see young people actually doing something outside. And even grown folks. And most of the time, because they don't know any goddamn discipline, they're just there acting like sore losers when a little kid cooks them. They suck. Stop spending money on this fucking shit. Don't you think? Why do I have to think in my mentality when I was playing Madden 2011? Is man, I lost to the Patriots last week, bro. 2 games below 500. Let me dip out my credit card. That should not be my mentality. That is sad. We're in a space where now it's an excuse to be so dependent financially on video games to cope with that we suck at improving ourselves. Stop playing these fucking games. Vote with your wallet. Please, I'm begging you. Because if I hear Madden NFL 30 goes for more than $60, because they're already pushing it, retailing for these big games for $69.99, that they retail in the triple digits, we got a problem. And it's not the corporation's fault. It's the consumer's fault that they're enabling this. And y'all even seeing this even in WWE standpoint. Because they're going to profit regardless because of the streaming services. And y'all don't vote with your fucking wallets. The only upside is Disney got owning rights for streaming for WWE. That's the only thing catapulting them. And WWE sucks to watch right now. There's no way I'm seeing y'all pay. I played like College Football 11. You know who was on the cover of College Football 11? I think we had Tim Tebow on the cover. That was College Football 10.
I think the last college football before they started to bring it back was, I think, RG3.
Yeah. No, Robert Griffin III was in 13. 14, he was a quarterback for Michigan. Something Bryant or something? Robinson, remember a quarterback for Michigan?
It's been a long time.
Yeah, no, that was like 15 plus, about like 13 plus years ago.
Well, they stopped it because of, and I don't want to be, and I don't want to be kind of messed up because I don't know how people in where you and YTC live feel about Spike Lee, but Spike Lee was one of the biggest people who are like, how dare the corporations profit off these student athletes? And then, all right, no more college football. And even though a lot of people loved college football, at the time, the NCAA allowed EA with a fee. EA had to pay a fee
over the licensing rights.
Yeah, it's the same thing with the NFL. EA pays the NFL. Like all video game companies have to pay a license to something when it comes to sports. And so the universities get that profit. And of course, I understand that at the time, these were student athletes because it was college. It wasn't professional. Mm-hmm. And if you were good, the professionals...
I apologize for that, John. Google was talking.
Oh, I didn't hear anything. But
good.
To finish my point, like if you were good, these millionaires would draft you and pay you a lot of money. And so a lot of people like who promoted the college sports purity, because there's still people who are traditionalists when it comes to everything.
Yeah.
Universities are able to make scholarships because with the endowments, plus they also get money from donors and boosters and
don't forget the television broadcast rights. So most of these colleges can actually pay their students.
Well, I'm not
talking certain smaller colleges.
I'm not talking about the sport. I'm talking about like the non-sports that
Uh-huh.
non-sports makes more money than the sports in general. So, for example, California Berkeley every year, because it's a public institution, they have a $95 million endowment, so almost $100 million that they get, and that's not the revenue of the sports. The endowment makes more money than the sports rights and the everything. And so these universities, what they could do is what a lot of people were saying. They can create scholarships from 100% to as low as 25% to help the students. They also could have created a meal card for athletes so they can get 3 meals a day. But no, these players wanted money, and that's what happened. And so that was the end of college football, the college football video game series. But it wasn't until NIL became, oh, now we can profit off the players, but guess what? We're still giving money because name, image, and likeness. What is name, image, and likeness? Oh, we're paying for your name, your image, and your likeness. For example, Shador Sanders, when he went to Colorado, he started driving a Range Rover, and he was like, "Look at the money that I'm getting paid."
My man Noah Kaniga is making so much money right.
And
I
of
swear
course,
that name is on purpose. The parents are sick people. I know that was on purpose so they can get away with it.
so my, my local college, like my local university, is San Francisco University, or the University of San Francisco. Our mascot is a Spanish knight known as a Don. Okay, it's a weird like title that the Spaniards gave them back in the ancient time, but it's basically a knight. But they're called the Dons. There is a list of 48 athletes making between $5,000 and $20,000 in prime primarily basketball, men's and women's basketball, soccer, and baseball, because there's no football program for USF. And so there's a list in their website of how much money these athletes are getting. And if you think about the money that they're getting, they're able to pay back their school. So that's name, image, and likeness. So Caitlin Clark was a good example. She was women's basketball, and everyone threw money at her. Now she's in the WNBA, and I remember not even one day the the news were like, "How dare you reduce her to only $75,000 in her rookie season? She's a rookie."
Even like for professionals, that's an underpayment. I'm not gonna lie, John. There is an injustification, and I feel like that would change if the WNBA becomes more of an attraction that
Now,
Caitlin Clark is developing to be.
now, when it comes to Caitlin Clark, guess what? Advertisers are going to still throw money at her, and so Caitlin Clark was like, "I hope that my being drafted changes the conversation on women should be paid more who are drafted after me at the number one overall pick."
Mm-hmm.
So what happened? I think in May or June, the WNBA struck a new union agreement, and now the women are being paid way better than they were. Why? Because the NBA continues to throw money at them. And I don't want to kind of sound kind of messed up to the ladies, because I'm a huge fan of the ladies. You can tell when I was younger, but you don't know those stories. But
Ladies,
but before Caitlin Clark and the advertisers, the NBA was basically like, you know what, we have to subsidize this league.
they're like a side attraction. Like John, just keep it real. They're just that appendage that seems to be there, but you gotta feed it.
Damn, look, it's San Francisco's Bay. It is foggy except the ballpark. It's going to be cold tonight, and I'm so happy. So glad I live here.
Cold, John. I just hope I don't get another supernova on my day off, so I don't go. So I can actually go out. Because today was just an absolute sunbeam. I think the hottest I've had was like 97 degrees. No, we had 102. We had 102 just a few weeks ago. If it wasn't a rainstorm, it was going to be a supernova. Once in a blue moon, you get in between.
I remember San Francisco broke its record. We rarely get 100 degrees, but in 2016, there were 3 days in a row where it was 95 degrees, 102 degrees, and then 99 degrees. That broke a record that I don't think we will ever see in the Bay Area, maybe 100 years from now or something. But San Francisco never gets close to 3 digits. The old record was 97, and that happened in the early 2000s. And before that, it was like 96, 95. And that happened within a 100-year thing.
So you're telling me that the San Fran weather could be hotter than Justin Herbert's fiance?
That's a good one.
I'm sorry. I love Madison beer.
This is a horrible baseball game. It's 2-2, and it's only the top of the second.
Nobody's hitting?
No, it's 2-2. It's 4 runs
for 3. I'm simulating the current season so far. I know that the off season isn't really done yet, but just seeing how the Celtics play with Paul George on the team right now.
A lot of people are like crying, John, I hope Curry doesn't go to the Celtics.
Let it happen. I thought you didn't want him to suffer.
Dude, I was messing around. I said, you know what? Let's send him to Philly. Let's. God. No, John. I like LeBron better. Okay, whatever you say, Sponge.
Okay, so that one little chase down block and LeBron dropping 19 points, so you don't say he's washed. Yeah. Okay. This is gonna be the reality. You guys are gonna lose in a 6-game series to the Raptors in the first round. Okay, that's the reality. You'll lose to Scotty Barnes, and he's allegedly in the spectrum, and that's if Kawhi Leonard's trade goes through. Because I know that he's not officially a Toronto Raptor unless his allegations are dropped. Because I heard about that thing about him and Steve Ballmer doing under the table money dealings, doing fraud involving like a business where they're supposed to be building homes. You guys should have already considered that fraud, knowing you thought Steve Ballmer was going to actually help the lower class. That's already your fault. Besides that, Nixon's 5.
The dude was in Microsoft. What does a computer person know about sports?
Well, somehow you fumbled Kawhi Leonard and Paul George to make a contending team for the last 7 years. Then choke like back-to-back, league leads, and then business fraud to compensate for Kawhi Leonard's pay cut, because Kawhi Leonard took less money just so they can help with the cap space to get Paul George to the Sixers. I mean, to the Clippers.
The closest thing that the Clippers could have been is when Kobe Bryant was like, you know what? I want out of Los Angeles. I don't want to live. I don't want to leave Los Angeles. Wait, there's another team called the Clippers, and so I remember that like, dude, imagine if that would have happened.
That must have been the biggest knee slapper in NBA history. If you thought Kobe was going to
Wow.
waste his life on the Clippers, that's like trying to get a lesser part of your apartment, and you
So
get to pay more rent.
so the Lakers were like, you know what, we're gonna get Paul Gasol and we're gonna bring in Odom, and the Lakers won, I think one out of two titles.
Jalen Brunson, say you're going to go to the Nets. Say it. Say it. We might get a good player again. Don't you? If that ever happens, John, and we get fucking Julius Randle back, I'm gonna shoot something.
And this
Julius Randle's a Brooklyn net. I forgot about that because
and this
LaMelo Ball
kid,
went.
this
He,
kid Bryce Ellinger, who's from Alabama, this guy is legit. I can understand why he bypassed college because he was supposed to go to University of Alabama.
oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not crowning him the next star for the Giants, but
But
he's 20.
he's a promising prospect. You're saying?
His first ever home run was into the water, so that that says something.
I like that side. That I like whenever it gets hit outside there.
But unfortunately,
Uh,
right now the Giants are all ace. But we have someone, and no disrespect, I think Buster Posey has to trade away Adamas and Chapman and Devers. Just go back to how we won those titles from the minor league farm system.
Devers, you could just go back to Boston. No. Oh, okay. All right.
Do you guys want them?
I think the Boston Red Sox already have enough on their plate. Oh, you're talking about the Yankees? Absolutely not.
What about the Mets?
They'll take anybody, and I mean anybody.
Because then he'll be with the great Juan
I
Soto.
think I think they took a Braves prospect pitcher and he did like a good performance where he had barely any hits for like the first 8 innings, and he was like doing some celebrations. Like, wait, hold on, they have good players. Because I think Francisco Lindor was supposed to be on the trade block because he's underperformed this season poorly.
That dude's not young no more. Because I remember when he was with the Cleveland Indians. Well, oh yeah, we can't call them that. We have to call them Guardians.
Whoa, John! I ain't trying to get canceled here. The Guardians. They call the Guardians.
You know what? I don't want to sound like a person who is very extreme, but the reason why the Commanders were called, you know what, before the Commanders and the Cleveland were called the Indians, it had nothing to do with how the owners felt. But you also have to understand why they chose those names is because those owners were not huge fans of a certain demographic over 100 years ago. And so they kind of valued, and again, I'm not trying to justify anything, but history is not pleasant. History is not.
Imagine, wait, John. Imagine back in the day. So why did the owner pick that derogatory name? His ex-wife was half Cherokee. Oh my God.
You know, like I said, I live in Northern California. We are the capital of like.
I wasn't a big fan of John.
You have to be correct, John. You cannot be mean. I'm not mean. You're the one who's mean. You're making shit up. How dare you? You hurt my feelings. Oh, I don't care. You want to know why I don't care? I got real important stuff to deal with.
That's the equivalent of calling the Hawaiian Warriors mainlander. I'm joking. We're not going there.
A lot of people want to cancel the show called Homelander.
What?
I don't watch Amazon Prime or whatever that show is.
I'm sorry. I didn't catch what the show was called.
Something about a superhero. It's on Prime or Netflix.
Wonder.
It is for
Wonder Man.
Wow. You know what? I'm turning this game off.
No, John, come on, give him a chance. He might do
No,
well.
my team is ass.
I'm gonna watch some WNBA action. I think I need some alcohol if I'm gonna watch some
Dude,
WNBA
you're making
basketball.
you're making millions of dollars. How the hell do you not know how to get a ground ball? I used to play baseball. Sheesh.
Okay, currently.
Hey, my bad. I get very heated when it comes to like these multi-millionaires making mistakes.
Oh, I like the Dallas Wings, New Jersey. Is a bit of a callback to the to the mid '90s Dallas Mavericks. I'm shocked the Mavericks don't rebrand back to their OG '90s colors. They were
Yeah.
actually like they were nice. They were like blue and green, fitting the cowboy aesthetic with with the Mavericks logo. It looked nice. It had the tiny hat on the logo. Fadeaway jumper. By the way, anybody complaining about the NBA All Star game? Remember, they're trying hard on purpose, and they're ass. Do not watch the WNBA All Star game. Swing out to the wing. Hey, good kick out. Baseline jumper. Jesus Christ. By the way, they somehow have 39 points. And one! Valkyrie score again. Burton with going 5 for 8 on the field with 14 points. And it's good off the glass, no good. Yeah. Oh yeah, I think isn't the Golden State Valkyries a newer team in the WNBA? And we also got a Toronto team. I hope they rebrand some of these WNBA teams because I feel like some of them don't really like recognize the opposite sex that often. Because some of them just feel like they're G League replacements. Even their logos look too uninspired. I think the only like original cool logos are like the New York Liberty, no bias, the Indiana Fever, in the Las Vegas Aces, and the Seattle Storm. But they look like they look like the Supersonics.
They just showed a little tribute to the announcers, and yeah, 36 years since when he retired. He was part of that 1989 World Series team where the earthquake is known more than the World Series, which is funny because people talk about hey that World Series in '89. You know, it happened in San Francisco. Who are they playing? Oh yeah, that team that no one cares for. You stupid ace.
Hey, how are ya? Hey, how are ya? Hey,
It's so hilarious that the 1989 World Series is not known for the A's winning. It's uh, mostly known for the earthquake that happened in San Francisco.
that's a harsh thing. What's the 2001 Jet series? How was the 2001 Jet season? I don't know. The second tower was hit. Oh my god.
Well, I remember there was a year where the Jets were really good, and then their quarterback ran into.
John, no, don't remind me.
How dare you? Don't make fun of the great Mark Sanchez.
The only thing I remember my family tried to remind me, like, oh, do you remember what happened? And I was super honest, John, because like there's not a lot of stuff, like especially anything like that's a public crisis. I will tell you what was in my vicinity in 2001. Teletubbies. I was watching a lot of Teletubbies. I was like 3 years old, I think. No, I was like 2 years old. I was either 2 years old or 3 years old. And I think all I remember, my little brother was born around the time the Pentagon was attacked. That's it. I forgot Caleb. Out of all the players to be the cover athlete of Madden, Caleb Williams was not on my bingo card.
So that means the Bears are.
And it's not because of the fingernails.
So
It's because I don't consider him a top all pro quarterback.
So what you're saying is because he's on the Madden, the Bears are going to be ass.
Oh my god, I don't think he's even a top 10 player. God damn, Isaiah Rodgers, they fucked your shit up.
Oh,
This is you without the helmet?
I was messing with.
Oh god,
I was messing with Mike. Well, actually, Mike wasn't there, but I was saying, "Yo, Mike, are we going to see the great Tyson Bagent?"
No, probably more than you think. Even though like the Bears had probably the second best offseason. Not really. They had a lot of departures. They had like a key departure.
And
Especially at the wide receiving core. Even though it wouldn't surprise me if they pick up Terry from the Commanders. Hell, you know who I expect to be a Chicago Bear? Brandon Ayuk. Knowing that they'd rather deal with... You know how bad Brandon Ayuk's personality got to be for the Commanders to consider Stephon Diggs than Brandon Ayuk? And we picked up back Deebo Samuels, and he's fat as shit. I'm joking. He's big boned, John. Do we still use the word big boned? There's nothing wrong with being big boned, folks.
remember, I'm a grandpa, so we say these things and we're offensive.
I'm Jamaican. I don't mind my women a big bone.
Sheesh.
There's a healthy big bone. If she got a bit of weight in the backside, there's nothing wrong with what she got.
Well, everybody wants the Coca-Cola woman.
I can't fit my favorite jeans anymore. No, I think you can fit them just fine.
Sheesh. I was. Never mind. I'm not gonna tell that story.
That's America, John.
Sheesh. I was watching one of those rabbit hole YouTube channels, and they're like, "You need to have a Coca-Cola woman because that's what what's the word I would say? That's what the correct people in this country."
That's not even the problem, though. It's like we didn't have to pay for accessories. All right, if you don't live under a rock, you know that EA Madden 27, you have to pay for your accessories in that game. Mind you, it's not expensive, only 2 bands, and you can buy them after like a game. But that's not even the problem, though. It's like we didn't have to pay for accessories previous years. But the matter of fact, you did. But the ones you had to pay for were the ones with the crazy ass colorways, the Nike collabs and the other collabs they had to the game. So the fact I gotta spend 2 bands on a regular white arm sleeve to wear that undershirt and shooter sleeve combo,
I swear they paid less.
Mind blowing, my nigga.
You know what's funny, John?
And I'm
You'll be complaining about this, then you see how much they spent on NBA 2K. Not buy the fucking video game or not pay for the VC. You know why NBA 2K fans suck at communicating? They know they don't have to buy it. And you know why? All because it's inconvenience of you guys not trying hard. Because if you were that good, people would pay you to do the work. But you're not good. So you spend 2 bands to make yourself a 6'8" point guard that can only shoot from 20 yards out, and yet you guys can't even make your varsity team. So you got nothing to share with your grandchildren. You guys need to play different games or stop making these corporations decide with your wallet. Because let me tell you, honestly, I should know, being good at NBA 2K isn't going to get you out of your mom's basement. I wish it was that easy. That's why everybody was doing it. I remember a lot of I remember a lot of famous content creators that used to be big on that video game, but now they've expanded themselves and they're millionaires now. If y'all know, like Agent Zero, they used to be part of AMP, and now he does like different content that doesn't revolve around that fucking video game, and now he makes way more than you guys would consider to make before you turn 35. And I have to say it harshly because I want the video game to change. I want Madden to be better. I want NBA 2K to be better. I want something that I can actually play with my friends. But now we're in an era where you can make your own custom team, and somehow you can't have your friend play with you on an offline mode. Now I have to pay to upgrade my head coach when that should be my experience that upgrades my team's success. That should be something that you should earn. That's ridiculous. That has to be the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. There's no way you're going to call weather dynamic. There's no advantage to either team when it comes to the weather playing a factor. There should be customary rulings on NFL season modes. We should have already community creation NFL teams. That should not be nuanced. Somehow you can't even play as historic teams in the NFL history on Madden. You have to go to custom creations for that. They don't make that default like they do on 2K. So if you want to play as the Iron Curtain, the greatest show on turf, the prime Patriots teams, the defensive unit of the early 2000s, Baltimore Ravens, or the New York Giants, the Los Angeles Rams from a couple of years ago, it's somehow nuance when many other franchises do it. Hell, they don't even do that on FIFA. And if you've watched like world football before, you know there's other great teams in the world back in the day that I'm sure you can add on to the video game, and yet the community isn't that vocal. You guys don't want content. You guys want comfort. You guys don't want to add for nuance on that game. That's why, like, you guys want to complain that there's no movies out, but then you see them make a new Moana with The Rock with a weave on it, and you guys accept it. That shit pisses me off. We don't ask for anything new. Seriously, John, the Rock with a weave on a Moana movie. In real life, why we still have an IRL Moana movie when we literally had a second one last year? Moana 2 came out like a few years ago. Like, if Gen Alpha kids can remember the first Moana movie, why are we making a live action film? And Disney's still going to get away with this because you guys don't want to ask for anything more.
Well, at the end of the day, this is the problem that most people don't understand. It's money first and not what people want. That's just the reality.
Like I've never heard anybody say, "Is there anything new out there? Something I haven't watched before?" I have never heard any NBA 2K fan ask, "Hey, is there like a new game?"
Also, online play really changed the way sports cup or uh, video game companies look at sports. It's you know people don't want to play; they want to socialize, and that's why they have those types.
They can't socialize. These guys get no bitches.
No, I'm talking about
The
like
fuck do
you
so?
socialize online. That's the thing. It
They took away proximity chat,
like
where that was an actual.
I I'm grateful that I grew up in between the 80s and 90s gamers and the gamers that came after me because maybe it's a bit of bias, but the 2000 era when companies were allowed to make almost every game possible, then I remember when I was in high school, my friend bought the Xbox and he got Xbox Live. It changed the way people played video games. Unfortunately, there were still a lot of us who are like, we like when people come over our house and play games. But then in 2013 or 2014, after the new console started to, more companies started to realize it was online gaming. And then I don't want to blame, but 2020 has changed the world, and I think that's going to be, besides all the negative and all the stuff. Again, I'm not trying to be controversial. When it comes to
I'm ready, bang,
how
John.
the
Go ahead.
world has changed, you get your games, you download it, you don't have to go to a store anymore. You want your food, it comes straight to your door. You want everything, it's convenience. And
That's what
we
I'm
have
saying.
been
Thank you.
very in place. I am thinking about, well, once I start hopefully working, because I was telling YTC, I've been just job searching these this past month, and once I start working and I start making a real check, I'm gonna sell my Xbox One or whatever, the one that I bought in 2017 or 18, and then use that money and start playing the games that I remember why I enjoy playing video games. Because I think that the games of tomorrow are going to be for like people who just want to socialize online. And that's why I remember when I was in college, there was this wonderful dude. I have not seen him in like 10 years, but the last time I did see him, uh, he reminded us that he grew up in the 90s watching the 80s gamers. And so he really got this instilled in my head. There's nothing wrong with playing old school games because it has a sense of your youth. And I think when you can go back to that moment why you fell in love with a game, I think you should stay in that era. Again, this is my perspective. I could be wrong with everybody else, but I'm going to start getting games from the 2000s.
Heck, John, you're not even wrong. Most guys are playing games from like 7 years ago anyway. Like, Fortnite's been a thing. You know how long Fortnite's been a thing, John? I was still in high school.
I don't understand Fortnite. I still don't, even after all these years.
Well, you go into a world where everybody just shoots and messes around, and yet you can play as anybody. I think I just saw like you can play as Ariana Grande and shoot people with a machine gun, and then you do it again and again. Like it's so brain dead, and everybody plays it, and they have every copyright within the sun,
Mm-hmm.
and they can get away with it too because it's free to play. So the only buyer's remorse comes off like the skins you buy. but it's always going to be online. But it's only dependent online, so you could just play online for free, and just bother your mom to spend $20 on one skin, and they'll think that's cheaper than a game until they ask you to pay it again and again, because maybe you want to play as Iron Man and shoot with your friends on Iron Man, and then you see the waterfall of money come in. And until that bubble pops, because it won't pop, because nobody wants to turn on the rain anymore. Oh, it's popping, Crazy Juice.
He's back. My Warriors brother.
From another mother.
So is the date over already? Or whatever you were watching?
What, he was on a date?
No, I'm asking the program that you were watching. Did it finish already?
Oh, Friday Night SmackDown?
Yep.
Yeah. I think it's safe to say that Madden is cooked.
Yep.
What, Jaden Daniels?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we know it's been cooked. You guys just gonna need to stop fucking playing it. Stop pre-ordering a game that you're gonna download. That's such a counterintuitive method financially. That's so silly.
There was a
Conor McGregor really had a drone deliver him his own energy drink after surgery. Didn't Conor McGregor lay an egg on his UFC fight? Didn't he injure his leg before he even entered the ring, the octagon?
I don't know. I don't watch UFC.
Well, I know he got paid millions of dollars just to hurt himself and have the fight end, but he still ended out with money.
So there's a new promotion that Dana White co-founded.
Better than Power Slap?
Co-founded with a Saudi prince to do what Dana White did with UFC with boxing. And so
oh boy,
a lot of boxing promoters are very predatorial when it comes to how they do business. Boxing is not a sport; it's prize fighting. So just like MMA and UFC, all that stuff. The difference is that these promoters, and again, I'm not a huge fan of boxing promoters. There is a thing known as boxing politics, and you have to follow it by the T. The problem is that the best promoters are never going to sell or trade their top guys. At the same time, they don't have world champions unless the contract ends and they're able to be outbid.
Or they're undefeated.
So then at the same time, boxers are also very protective of being at the top. And that's the reason why we don't see a lot of unification fights in boxing. And so Canelo, who is 36 years old, still is the guy who carries boxing. But eventually there's going to be a young upcoming star who will carry the sport for the next decade. And this is how it is. And promoters don't want to give up that leverage. And so if Conor McGregor is doing that, it makes sense. I think it's from that promotion. So it is what it is. But yeah. I think I'm gonna hop off very soon.
I know it's practically the entertainment business anyway. Especially if it's televised already, you already know that it's gonna be some bullshit. Especially in the fight game that's already been displayed since the golden age of boxing.
Yo. Yeah. I'm starting to get hungry, so I'm gonna see what I have.
No problem, John. I'm gonna close off anyway.
All right, man.
I appreciate everybody being on. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day. The rest of the night. God damn. I'm gonna get ready for some sleep because I already ate a lot for my rest day. Then I'm going to be back, trying to get back on task. That's it for me. Thanks for watching the DST show. I'm gonna take some Tylenol.